Welcome over to ChessWhiz TV, episode 379. I'm your host, The Wiz, and we are having a little bit of technical difficulty today. What I did was I erased everything on my computer. I actually highly recommend doing that, but unfortunately, recovering my backups wasn't as simple as I thought. I gave myself like 30 minutes to set up my stream and get everything set up the way it used to be, and 30 minutes was not enough time, so we're a little bit late for the live show right now. Of course, it's going to go on time on YouTube, but we're slightly discombobulated. Fortunately, the green screen's working pretty well. As you can see, there's just blackness behind me. It's actually green, so that part is good. But one of the tricky things we're going to do today is play a really weird variant we've never done before that's kind of complex. So I'm hoping we've got a few live viewers to help us try it. It's called Orbit Chess, and it was invented by one of our viewers. I love you, whoever invented this. I forgot already. But in orbit chess, there's these different rings around the chessboard, and your pieces have to move in and out of the rings as a requirement for their moves. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much that impacts the game. Without any more words, let's go try it. So I'm going to click play with a friend and throw a link into the chat, see if we've got, and I'm going to give us more time because you know we're going to have trouble with this wacky variant. And let's just throw this link in the chat. Who wants to try something crazy? Bam. We have a few live viewers despite the late start, and we have a game from Eric002. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the show. So glad you're joining us today. So here's the rules. I don't know if you can see this on the stream right now. Let's see if I can switch views. No, that's not working very well. Why does it say countdown? Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so the rules you could see over there, it says pieces, not pawns, of my chessboard. How about that? Is that pretty good? Not bad considering we were completely discombobulated a few moments ago. Pieces, not pawns, must move closer or further from the center. So this is one ring. This is the second ring. The third ring goes from B7 to B2 to G2 to G7. And the fourth ring just along the edges of the board. So these four rings constitute the four rings of orbit in this variant, and each piece needs to move in or out of a single ring during its move. So for example, the knight on G1 here cannot move to F3 or H3 because those moves would be, actually it could go to H3 because that would be, no it can't. It has to move. Here's why. Let me explain. It's in the blue ring, so it has to move to the orange ring. From there, it could go either inward a ring or outward a ring. So its only legal move would be to E2 because that's the orange ring. And that's going to be pretty tricky. But pawns don't have to follow the rules, so I'll start with a pawn move, and let's see how it goes. Eric says, oh, nice. So let's see if he can even make legal moves. Good luck, have fun. So the bishop can move. I'm on this ring, so I can move to bishop g5. That's the next ring in. Let's just message this to him. That's one ring inward. Smiley face. We have to smile because the stress of making these moves is very difficult. So now I can move to c4. That would be the second ring in. And then I could move to f7. As you can see, that would be, I guess maybe this isn't the smartest sequence. Bishop b5. I wanted to show off my ability to make legal moves. Whenever you're thinking that, you know you're in trouble. I have played a lot of board games in my life. A lot. Probably like 100 maybe. 100, probably a bit more than that. 100 different board games. And you know that once you're proud of yourself having made a legal move, that you've got a lot more to learn. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to just pull the bishop backward to one ring further out. I think I'll trade pawns first, though. This is kind of sad. Whoa. Yeah, pawns are really powerful, it turns out. They don't have to follow this rule, so I should have been using my pawns as well. So this knight is in the second ring. I can now move into the third ring with this knight, so that means I can move here or here. Those are decent locations. Let's not get the bishop stuck, though. Fortunately, I can move either of those squares. Very interesting. Very interesting. Rooks cannot move. Blarg McBlarg has solved one of the major problems in this variant. Rooks have to stay in their current ring. Yeah. Maybe this variant wasn't thought all the way through by our illustrious viewer, don't you think? I will play this because it's a free pawn. But I do want to play d4. The knight cannot move there. Wow, this is challenging. Oh, yes. And his knight cannot move here either. So I could capture. I didn't have to move back. No, the pawn was on it. Never mind. Let's look briefly. Yeah. So when he played d5, he could just recapture here, but then my bishop would take. So that's why he's playing these weird moves. So the queen moves in by one ring. Its next destination was going to be somewhere here. Somewhere like that. Let's play the knight like this into this ring now. So now I can move into the center. I can move to one of these 4 squares, or I can move, let's fix this arrow. I can also move out. Oh, this is very powerful. But his center pawns are very good. Yeah, pawns, that's where it's at in this game, because pawns don't have to obey these rules. Yeah, he's just, oh, was that illegal? I'll propose a take back. I think that was illegal. I'm in the center, so I can move here, 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 or here. That's a lot of options. Okay, so this one's captured. And this one, I love it. I love it. Why is this awesome? Because his queen cannot take me. That would be, oh no, he can. He can't, never mind. Okay, so this is typical ChessWhiz right now. Blundering and then not realizing it. Well, I've lost a knight. He's got a huge pawn center, but don't give up. This is actually when I make my best moves, is when I blunder first. You know how I can tell? Because it's the only time I make moves is after I blunder. The first step of any game is to blunder. That's the right way to do things. Have you guys ever, by the way, re-erased everything off of your computers before? I highly recommend it. When I'm like, this computer is running so slowly, I need to throw it in the garbage. And then oh, rooks can't move. I cheated. I castled. Sorry, I can't castle. Not even close. Not even close. Cheated. Cheating. This is a very difficult variant, apparently. Rooks cannot move because they can't get out of this first orbit. The king can only move forward. I'm in big trouble. Let's go here. Let's go here. So when a computer's running really slowly, and you're like, this thing, to the dump it goes, or you're going to sell it and buy something new. Okay, so this, I could go here, or I could go here. I can get myself trapped by pawns. So we're in the same ring. We can't take each other. This is annoying, Eric. This is really annoying. You know what makes this really bad? I'll go outward by 1 ring. What makes this really bad, Eric, is that you have never played classical chess, which is slow chess. You can see over here it says 5+5 rated. And you have no rating over here, 1500. Whereas I have my rating, which is bad. And so it's going to become worse. So he moved into the center, but his next move has to be toward the outside again. I have a plan. My plan is to move to this ring, and then I can move here. I think that'd be pretty powerful. My bishop is also perfectly positioned to defend the queen. Let's just checkmate him. Yeah, this is going to be great. His queen move, it looks great, but actually, since you can't stay in the same ring, it's not that great. Okay, I can play this now. And then I could take the bishop. Now, the checks, of course, are a problem. It's going to be checking him, even though he shouldn't legally be checked, so that would be a problem, but what can you do? Can't do anything. So I erased everything on my computer, and it is so much better now. I highly recommend that, even in this day and age. It's now the year 2017. Let me check. Yep, still 2017. That is a long time from when that was first a good idea. You know, 10 years, 20 years ago. How long was that? Yes, in 1997, it would really speed up computers to do that kind of thing. But even today, just a factory reset is very effective for that. So that's what I did to my computer, and then my stream got quite discombobulated. So the green screen's working quite well. Some of my settings aren't correct. I'm enlarging myself because I don't care about my rook. Let's move myself over a little bit. There we go. That's good. So his knight moved inward 1 ring. So I think I'm going to be able to wreak havoc here. I mean, especially considering the fact that there's checks that are enforced. If I move to the back ring now, he can't take me because those are not switching orbits. And then I can move, let's see, I have any of these options, which would be very devastating for him because his king can't capture there. His queen is too far away. Queen would have to move to 1 ring outward, which would be here. And then that would be checkmate. Queen takes knight is checkmate. Oh, this is going to be great. Q takes N. Q takes N. e7 is checkmate. Winking face. So if you have a computer that's running really slow these days and you just basically never turn it on because it's so obnoxious, oh, he's defending with his king. Now he can move back out again. So what do you think of knight c4? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not only is that check when it shouldn't be, but it's threatening his queen. So I would take his queen next. I can just destroy him. This limitation is extreme, especially for kings. By limiting the locations that kings can move to, you can checkmate them. Very pleasant. Let's pull up the chat here and see what's being said. That wouldn't be checkmate because the king wouldn't be in check from the white queen. That's true, TTV Rai. I have to agree that's true. I realize that the stream is blurry. It is very blurry. It's funny that the person telling me this, his username is Potato. So did he just move into rings? He moved into this ring from this ring? Yeah, that's 2 orbit rings. So let's have him take that back. I'm pretty sure that's not legal. Potato is a funny name because the running joke these days is filming things with a potato to make them blurry. So I am watching the chat right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a second monitor set up right now. I really did blast my setup to pieces. And so I have to click on chat in order to see it and then click back to the chessboard. So that's why I'm a little bit slow there, but don't feel bad. I did notice you saying use Linux and queen h5 checkmate. Queen h5 wasn't, oh, I could have played after queen e2. I could have played queen h5. Should have considered that as well. Okay. So what do we have here? His king, he moves his king, so now I'll just play this. Which says it's check. Sorry. I'll tell him sorry, it's check. And with a frown face. Just so I feel bad that he has to move his king. There is no variant here on this website where you can just turn off checks. That would be very handy for some of the crazy things we do. But that's life. I love this move. Because this will be checkmate, I think. Is it legal? No, it's not legal. Maybe I need to go here. And then here. That'll be checkmate. Wonderful, wonderful. So you guys are going to have to try this variant over the board with your friends if you have any, as opposed to online, and see what impact it has, because then the checks are handled properly. What I want to try next after this game actually is to change the rules a little bit and allow pieces to switch by one orbit or keep their current orbit. And so that really allows a lot more movement. For example, it allows rooks to move, and so that's going to be a big change, and that's kind of what I want to do next. There's still a big focus on controlling the center of the board. You know how in chess the center is very important, and that's, I better not move there now. Where can I move that would be awesome? My bishop could go here. My knight could go here. I'll move my knight here. That's important in chess because from the center you can go to any side, whereas from the side you can't go to any side. You can only go to the center. So if you're controlling this area really well, all you do is have influence over this part of the board, and you can have a big problem over here where I'm putting blue circles. However, if you control the center, you have influence toward every spot just because you're near every spot. So that's one reason that controlling the center is very important in chess. In this variant, it's even more important because it takes several moves just to get to the center. But once you're there, you can get to every spot. So you know how if a rook is, on the side of the board, it can still move in one move to the other side. But with this variant, it still can. But just ignore me. So let's see, this ring is this ring. Oops. Okay, that's that ring, and this is this ring. So let's see what I can do now. Queen takes queen is legal, then his knight recaptures. My knight can't take him. This is my move. I'm a genius. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is pleasing me greatly. Look how orange my water cup is today. If you go back to previous episodes, no, my pawn. How did you do that? From here to here? Is that allowed? Yes. That's crazy. So now you're in this circle. Nah, you're in this circle. This is so mind-bending, okay? And you just moved out of this circle. My knight, okay, and there's also this circle. Okay, so if I move to the blue area, then I can next move to the green, which would be checkmate, kind of. No, now he can move that way. My knight could move into red right now, checking him, but his queen could just recapture. I need to come up with a checkmate here. Let's go here. Nope, that's not legal. Oh, he's being so pedantic. So I can move into this area. So I can move my bishop in. He takes it with anything. That's not a good idea. I'm trying to bring a few more pieces to bear. He could take me with his knight or his queen if I move there. Well, let's just do this. I know it looks stupid, but that's only because it is. Calm down. It only looks stupid because it is. It's very safe. This is very frustrating to me because I can't use my rooks, okay? So I've got only a queen, a knight, and a bishop, and I have to, oh, there's a message. Oh, it's from Twitch. Oh, Quake is following me. Thank you so much. I love you. And I don't even know who you are. I hope he just runs out of time. This game is so frustrating to me right now. I mean, I'm using all the pieces I can since I can't use rooks, and I'm still not checkmating him. So let's tell him, run out time. Good, he ran out of time. Whew, that was lucky. So he's got way more pieces than I do. I'm definitely immediately going to change the rules of this orbit chess, and I'm going to, by 0 or 1 rings per move, I'm going to allow things to stay in the same ring. Facepalm, I looked at the stream. Yes, that's why I'm streaming. Usually it's a huge disadvantage, guys, to be streaming at the same time that you play. First of all, you're saying what you're thinking out loud. And so anyone who's watching will be like, wow, that guy's an idiot. Look what he's thinking about. But also, it's somewhat distracting to be talking about everything while you play. So that's different rules. It's 0 or 1 rings per move. You got that? So let's draw the rings on the board. For those of you just joining us, we're playing a super, super weird variant of chess. We're making 4 orbit rings on the board. We're calling this orbit chess. And your pieces, let's see if I can get orange out of this thing. There we go. Your pieces, get back here. Oh, there we go. All right, here's the rule. Your pieces can move in 1 ring or out 1 ring or stay in the same ring on their move. Let's play a Sicilian defense and see how it goes. But not your pawns. Your pawns can play any way they want. So let's see. The knights still do. So now we can play knight to the edge. I looked at the stream and there was 17 seconds. Yes. Yes. Your ChessWhiz, you're so smart. So the stream is slightly delayed. So he looked at his virtual clock that wasn't a real clock. That's really funny to me. And I'm owning him. Look at that. Can't play there. Can't play there. I guess I'm not as smart as I thought. Fianchetto. So this bishop, it can move here. It cannot move here or here. It can move here. So it can move to these places. That's still quite a few. Feeling good. Let's close it up. The stream is delayed, so it looked like there was time on his clock, and there actually wasn't. That's pretty funny. Hello to Andre Jill. People have such weird usernames. It is so good that people don't name themselves. People's online usernames, it's as if they named themselves when they were born. I mean, if my kid came out and I'm like, wow, that was quite a coming out you had there, and then they named themselves, they would probably name themselves, Wah, which is what most people do name themselves on the internet. Let's fianchetto this bishop too. That worked really well. I kind of like that. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is good for me. I like it. But let me just read you these usernames. TTV Rail. Rai. It's RAII. Wow. I mean, how was that even pronounced? It is a good thing people don't name themselves. Francisco Super. Francesco Super. That's a much better name. And ChessWhiz. Just exactly like ChessWhiz. My name is the worst of all, so I can complain. Knight here is now threatening your bishop. That's pretty cool. You would not believe how many people have written me personal messages or just told me in person, like, oh, you want to hear something really funny? I thought it said ChessWhiz. You're the first person to have said that to me today. That's so great. I'm so glad you told me. Yes, I do know that it looks like ChessWhiz. Don't tell me. Google even thinks that. When you search YouTube for ChessWhiz, for a long time it would actually say showing results for ChessWhiz. Did you mean ChessWhiz? Like it actually wouldn't show you ChessWhiz TV. It's like, how would you rather you see ChessWhiz TV right now? So here you go. Fortunately, I became such a popular person, such a populous person. I love that word much more. I became so populous that the many people that I was convinced Google to at least not change the search, but it's still, I think it's still, I should check again, says, did you mean ChessWhiz? But it shows ChessWhiz TV, which is much more pleasant. Because the ChessWhiz videos on YouTube, I watch them and they're not nearly as good as ChessWhiz. I have to say, among all the ChessWhizzes and ChessWhizzes, I'm number one. That's not a very difficult competition sphere, however. So I could close this up if I want to keep my bishop. I did want to attack him a little bit, but I guess I'll trade. No, I don't need to trade. I could just let him trade. I love this from a chess position point of view. Bring my knight in. This is actually kind of like chess. You can't rush into the center with your pieces, but as long as you're patient, it's not too restrictive. I mean, I could play bishop c6, which would allow my bishop to move everywhere but these back squares from c6, because everywhere else is inside those 3 orbit rings that are either one in or one out or the same. So it's very good. I got a question in the chat, and it's an embarrassing one. It asked if I like playing cheese. Yes. Yes, I do like playing cheese. Let's try this, I guess. I was purchasing some cheese yesterday, and I didn't know the name of the cheese. He hasn't castled, so I want to open up the center. Oh, I guess I'll play this. I want to open up the center and checkmate him. See if I can do that. That was definitely stupid. I mean, he's closed it up. Does that sound like opening? Closed it up. There's some differences between that and opening. So let's open up some files here. Generally speaking in chess, if you don't castle your king, you're asking for trouble, especially with all these pieces still on the board. So I think this is very bold of him to try to do. Queen off the back rank is even more important. Oh, that's a cool spot for your knight, bro. How am I going to defend this pawn? So his queen could take it or his knight could take it. This is problematic. Can I even defend it? I'm thinking about bishop f5. Stupid move, right? But somehow my pieces checkmate him. That's what I'm hoping for. It's some kind of checkmate. My favorite kind. My queen can't move here. If it could, then it would go just die on that square. That'd be much better. This whole sequence of moving the bishop over, definitely regretting that. What should I be doing here? Let's bring the rooks to the... Oh, it's just gonna... The knight's gonna attack it. How do I defend d6? I need some help here. This is very difficult. The knight can take d6. The queen can take d6. My queen is defending it. I need to bring in one more defensive piece. This does not work because the queen is too far away. Oh, it's making me tired. I'm so sleepy. It's like losing pawns is not exciting for me anymore. I've been doing it for so long. You guys want to know how long I've been streaming for? Well, this stream is like 20 minutes, but in my life, I've been streaming for 3 years and 3 months. A long time. Can my knight take that? No! The what? I feel like complaining. Fortunately, I know that complainers never prosper. So I'm not going to complain. Complaining is a very bad use of resources. You'd be better off looking at your current situation and finding a way to make a small improvement. Usually people complain about their situation because it is so, so, so bad that there's no way that it's going to get reasonable. Yes, I did notice that. I'll send him a smiley face because I'm happy. There is no way to make your life reasonable, so you just complain about it. But actually, it's better use of your time to just make a small improvement that's still horrible life, but it's better than it was. I'm going to play F4. Shake it up. This is just how important controlling the center is. If you look at how his queen can enter this area, but my queen cannot because it's 2 orbits away. This is serious business. I am so discombobulated right now. It's ghastly. It's ghastly. Yeah, my queen cannot enter the center, whereas the only places it can't go are the outsides. So the net effect of this rule is to make controlling the center even more important, and that's pretty cool. I actually kind of like this variant. I'd be interested to see what you guys think, what you guys' thoughts are. What are your guys' thinks about this variant? So I can't take his queen. That's too many orbits in. But one thing I could do... I am kind of liking the look of this. This knight. I am liking the look of this free knight. I stare at the screen for a minute like, A free piece is appearing before my eyes over the course of time. A chess player might notice that, but I'm not really a chess player. I'm more of a blunderer. They call them fish in some places. There is... Okay, I'll obey the check. There is a board game called Go that I enjoy. There's actually an episode on ChessWhiz TV, episode 100, when I played Go. And that game, that's what I'm really good at. This chess stuff, I just do this for fun. Oh, but I'm a Go... If I knew the word for a good Go player, that's what I would say right now. Like, I'm one of those... Oh, why is he just throwing away his pieces, though? That looks like my bishop could take that. Yeah, and now his pawn can't even recapture or take his queen. Oh, lucky for me, he's self-destructing. Huh. TTV Rye says, is this streamer always like this, talking to himself about random stuff? Yes. Yes, I am. I am always like this. Last game, let's play one more game with Eric, and we'll call it a show. I'm loving this variant. It's definitely similar to chess now that we've added the middle orbit, but that's what I like. I like it. It just makes the center... Why does my nose itch so much? And that's pretty nice. Yes, TTV, you can actually go on YouTube, search for ChessWhiz, say, no, I actually meant ChessWhiz, and you can watch tons and tons of episodes. This is episode 379 to be exact. It's a lot of episodes. So I can't play that. I'll play... I'll play 92. I mean, if you gotta be bad, just be bad. Then I can play knight c3 and check it out. Then my other knight can go like this. That's totally effective. Oh, no, he cheats. And I didn't even notice because I'm not a man of great brain. Yeah, that's basically this show. Some streamers, they captivate their audiences with their genius moves. Others just keep talking and then you can't leave. That would be me. I do have insight about a lot of different things, though. For example, toilet paper rolls. I have insight. Never mind, that's going nowhere fast. I guess I don't have a lot of insight. I love that fianchetto. I'm going to put the bishop here now. That was really cool. The bishop can do a lot. The queen, I could play there, there, or there. Not a lot yet. Yes, this is a great idea. I don't know about the move. Stupid move, but great idea to get the queen. Oh, interesting. I'll play d3 to get the queen kind of toward the center, because on the back rank, there's not a lot of moves the queen can make. Once gets toward the center and allows those orbits of influence to expand. Wow, that really improves the queen. So I love that. A great Go player is called a GoPro. You're so funny, Eric. I love that. I know a great Go player would be a 9 Dawn professional. That would be a great Go player. But I'm like a 1 Dawn, I think, or maybe a 2 Dawn, which is also really good. The Go ratings are actually very different than chess ratings. You see the chess ratings over here, like it's a 4-digit number, maybe 3-digit if you're not very good. You can't have a 2-digit number. I live in the United States, and we have the United States Chess Federation, or the USCF, which keeps track of our ratings. And it's so funny to me the day I decided to look at who had the lowest rating, because any given rating, for example, 900, there's a few people who are so bad that they're rated 900. My very first rating was above 900, just to give you a perspective on how bad that is. It's still better than most players. If you visit the United States and you're like, hey, want to play some chess? They'll be like, yes, chess. They're way worse than 900. So the bishop can move here or here. That's very restrictive. Let's move this pawn up. That's a 900 level move. But the rating of 100 is the littlest rating you can have. I can't play this, can I? No, because that's this ring. So that's 2 rings out. Knights are really inhibited by this variant. Inhibited. My knight is going to get stuck. Maybe I'll just give it up. Knights are so bad, I hate knights. Play here and take my knight, please. The lowest rating possible is rating of 100. And so I was like, well, let's see who's rated 100. So I type in 100 in the search, and there's pages and pages and pages and pages. 100 is the most common rating in the whole chess system, because everyone who's so bad that they lose every game is rated the same. They can't go any lower. So it's kind of funny that unbelievably bad is more common than anything else. I was laughing anyway, because I wasn't among them. If I had been, I would have just let out a quiet sigh. I wouldn't have laughed at all. Let's see. Now my knight can move. Perfect. I saved my knight. Thank you, Eric. So my queen, I would really like to get it going a little more. I couldn't take this because of the orbit rule. Pieces must move closer or further from the center by 0 or 1 rings per move. That's the variant we're using right now. But now I could play knight here. Effective. My pieces are being extremely effective. I love this. I don't know what his last move was. I've forgotten it by now. Oh, Bob Smith is following me. Way to go, Bob. Thanks for following. You managed to click the follow button. That's impressive use of your hands. I like that. I recently, this is a change of subject. I recently opened up Facebook. You heard of that website? I opened it up. But there's something funny about Facebook for me, and that is that I hadn't opened up Facebook in about 10 years. Seriously, I hadn't opened up Facebook in about 10 years, maybe 5 or 10. Okay, rounded to the nearest 5 years, it was 10 years. And I had some friend requests, some notifications that I'd missed in 10 years. You can imagine how many you might have. But what I did was I opened up, I had a chat message that I'd missed from just 6 months ago. So it's super, super recent. And it was from someone who I hadn't seen in 10 years. And like, hey man, haven't seen you in 10 years. How you been? And then he said the most dangerous and creepy thing. He said, I've been watching your chess show. My eyebrows shot up, the ones I have. I was like, yikes, what has he been watching? I've been getting into chess. Like, facepalm. What do I do? Can I take that? Not. This knight can't approach. It's 2 orbits away. This bishop could capture, or this queen could capture. There's 2. The 2 things. I'm going to push here. I just love making my opponent squirm. What does he have to do? Knight b8? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Now, how do I get into the center? How do I own him now that he's pushed back to the wall? I could play here, actually. Check. That would be interesting. I think it works. No, it doesn't. I'm stupid. Stupid head. Never mind. That's the worst kind of head, by the way. The stupid head. Apparently, queens can move 1 space. so I'm an idiot. I actually didn't think, I'm like, oh, the knight can go, it can't do that. That's 2 orbits. So I just moved there, but there were still 2 pieces. NP, man, NP. That stands for no problem. Glad to be giving you a free knight there. I just felt like you deserved it. That was great. Eric asked in the chat, why wouldn't the lowest rating be 0? Well, Eric, you tell me. Why wouldn't the lowest rating be 0? It's not. That's why. It's 100. I think maybe because it would be so embarrassing to have a rating of 0. They stopped it at 100 so you'd at least have 3 digits. Now, getting rooks toward the center is so difficult. Like, you can't play this because of you're moving through all these orbits. So I'm playing rook f2 to enter a more central orbit. From f2, I can then take the bishop. So I'm actually now threatening the bishop because of the way these rings work. For those of you just joining, these rings, you can only move in or out of one of them at a time. So you can see the bishop is in the blue ring. My rook was in the red. So I have to pass through the red in order to arrive at the bishop. I could take him here, lose my bishop. That would be consistent with my strategy this game. Shouldn't take that probably. Defending my queen. So now maybe I should take this bishop this way. If he takes me... No, I'm definitely just taking this for free. Ho, 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 ho. He does have the ability to bring his pieces in finally. I have 1, 2, 3. No, my queen is not guarding that. I have 1, 2 defenders. Let's play back here. That allows me to play the check again. He said he'd been watching my show. Definitely creepy. You never know who's going to be watching your show. I've had my boss at work watching my show before. Yeah, watch what you say. It turns out being an idiot on the internet is not always a great idea. So if I take this, he could take my queen. Then I could take his queen. That seems good. If I take this, he takes my pawn. Well, I'll take his queen. Thanks. That seems good. But maybe I should take with the knight. He takes, I take. He takes, I get his rook. I'll take with the knight. I'll take with the knight. Perfectly safe. Thanks for the free piece, Eric. Thank you. So from here I could take this pawn. This is good. 2 attackers there. My bishop's definitely shut out of the game right now. I definitely want to put this rook to work. He takes me there. Oh no. He's like, thank you, thank you. So his knight's not guarding that, is it? Oh no, but I can't take it either. Oh, this game is complex. So what if I... What can I do? There's so many things that are not allowed due to these stupid rules. So he's not threatening my queen either. Oh, okay, because that's too far. Too many orbits away. So let's just bring the rook in. Oh, I blundered my knight. Oh, man. I'm not the smartest right now. But I'm not the stupidest either. I mean, it's at least my rating's not 100. But I have made a few errors. Free pawn. Can't pass that up. So now, it's 2 bishops against 2 knights. There's 5 pawns on his side and 6 on mine. Oh, I'm winning. That's great. It's because I'm such a good player, right? Top Cheese says, I know the basics. What's the best thing I should aim for next? I assume you're talking about chess, or maybe you're talking about life. Okay, I figured out how to walk, and I can put food in my large orifice and push it out my small one. So I've got life pretty much figured out, but what do I do next? After you've mastered the art of communicating with the other living beings in your nearby area, another thing you could do is calculus. That's what you should do next. Actually, calculus is the worst thing ever. Should never have been invented. What should you do next? After you know the basics. One thing I would recommend, Mr. Top Cheese, is, should I take that knight? No. Let's triple up like this. Cause I'm crazy. One thing you should do is pick an opening and no, don't do that. Don't do that. That'd be a terrible idea. Study tactics. That's what you should do. You should go to chessproblems.com. I think that's a website with chess problems, and you should solve chess problems. I think that that will give you a great awareness of what's going on in a chess game. That was an illegal move, Eric. That was 2 rings. From here to here. From here. Yeah. Right? Eric, it seems like you're cheating. There we go. Let's add him a little time just as a bonus for having cheated. Your time is low. So we have been able to demonstrate this variant this episode. I know it's been kind of a peaceful and anticlimactic episode, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing this interestingly peaceful episode. Our next episode, by the way, you can always check the next episodes by going to ChessWhiz.tv. It's a website. And it's one of the better ones. Let's bring the bishop around because it's doing nothing. I mean, if it moves here, it's doing a lot more. ChessWhiz.tv, this is what the website looks like, except it's not quite that chopped up. If you click calendar over here, all of the episodes now show up on Sunday, which might not be even on the screen. That's too bad. But skewer something. I feel like skewering something right now. Start with this. Oh, that's illegal. I guess I'll give him some time. I'll give him extra time because of my cheat. I think when your opponent cheats, you should get a little extra time as compensation for that. So let's give him some of that. Okay, so a non-illegal move, which would be my best kind, would be here. Then I can play here. Let's just do it slow. We'll do it slow, as they say in many different contexts. All of my episodes are over here on one side, on the Sunday side, because they're all on Sunday. But next episode, maybe you can see it is called Clean House Crazy. We're going to play a variant of the variant Crazy House Chess. And I think that'll be a lot of fun, so I hope you join us for that. So right now I'm ahead by a pawn, so I think just playing chess would be quite effective. However, it's very tempting. Oh, I can't do that. It's very tempting to play better moves. Now I'm threatening the skewer. I can take that for free. Why does he want to take back? I don't know. I'll give it to him because I'm gentlemanly. Oh, because it was a mouse slip. What a weird reason for a take back because you didn't mean to move there. Very, very weird reason. Like, I never take back for that reason. Queen h5. Rook f7. I definitely like rook f7. But now I'm threatening these 2 moves coming into his house. So I'm going to play the queen here. From here, I can barely move to these spots. I cannot move anywhere here because that's too many orbits away. Looks like that's not going to be too restrictive. This red one is the only square that I'm not able to move to. So that's very nice. Now he's playing a bit defensive by cheating. Oh man, this variant is not an easy variant. So he moved from the center orbit way out to this BG orbit, as I like to call it. So he's defending this stuff. No, he's not defending this one. I think I can take it. That's so interesting. You guys love this variant now? You see how he was in the center and I'm on the edge? So our queens are orbiting like Pluto and Mercury. Then we're not crossing. We're not intersecting. And by the way, the planet Pluto, barely a planet. Its orbit is so elongated that it actually moves across the orbit of another planet while it goes around the sun. If you can believe it. And if you can't believe it, then it doesn't. That's what I love about astronomy. Make your own rules. It's like an O shape, and it's like no planet in our solar system is quite that drunk. But it, like the lines cross. That's how bad it is. It's one of the reasons that Pluto is barely a planet. Fascinating. We seem to be repeating moves. I'll go here and offer a queen trade because I've cleaned up all his pawns now. So I'm a bit ahead, I think. I'll give him a little more time so he can lose slowly. Seems good. I cannot play this check. Whoops. I cannot check because currently I'm in this orbit. But if I play here, now I can. Isn't that interesting? So that's good for me. Now I'll be a cheater and require him to get out of check. Normally this would not be check, but I'm just taking advantage of the fact that the website is enforcing check right now, which is very, very immoral of me, and I should die for my sins, but eventually. You ever notice that? It doesn't happen right away. Righto. In the meantime, let's beat this guy at chess. Ooh, don't do that. That would be more immediate. The bishop being in the center actually can't do that much. The bishop's only legal moves are this. And now I'm forked. No, I'm not. The knight can't go here, right? Yeah, I'm good. I knew there was a reason I wasn't. Let's go to this square. Knights are so restricted because they love jumping, and like half their jumps are now illegal. So it could go here or here, or here, or here or here. That's not too bad. The only place you can't go is the one you want to. Welcome to life. Let's bring the king in a bit. I've pretty much got this game. What am I ahead? A bishop and 2 pawns? I'm definitely favoring these areas. Or at least trying to, because from here you have more options than in the very center or the very outside. So my rook was on the very outside. By moving here, now I have more places I can go. Let's just win. Let's just promote these pawns. These 2 pawns are protected passed pawns. I think. Connected passed pawns. Something ected. It's really good, by the way. Whatever they are, it's the best kind. So I'm pretty dangerful right now. Yeah, I'm just going to promote these pawns. Won't be long now. Chess with Sean says +1. He also says smiley face. Oh yeah, there's chess puzzles on this website. I'm only like 20 minutes late, but it's true. You should check out the chess puzzles on this website, lichess.org. Go under the Learn tab. What am I thinking? There's a whole tab. So a few minutes ago, I was asked in the chat, like, what should I do to learn? I want to learn. And I told him some crazy idea, like visit a website I haven't been to in 10 years. What he should do, of course, is go to the Learn tab and start learning. Brilliant idea, if I do say so myself. Let's trade rooks now. He's pinned to his own king, so he can't do anything but trade rooks. Quite pleasant for me. Having all this extra stuff is very, very nice. Let's pin that knight to his king. Okay, now let's trade those, whatever they are. Some things. Hello there, Flicker Alex. Enjoying a stream. This is the new stream schedule. It's Sundays at this time. If you look at your clocks or whatever you're looking at, it's an hour ago, if you're watching live, is when the stream starts. So set your calendars for right during church and come in for some ChessWhiz TV on Sundays. We're going to do this every Sunday from now on. First, we're going to checkmate people. Then we'll do some cheating. It's pretty much what we do here. cheat and check and other things like that. This is the last game. Then we're going to call it. I think I'll make a new queen. How many queens does one person need? Probably 2. I know it's old-fashioned, but I like having 2 queens. There we go. Couldn't find the move for a moment. Is this checkmate? Checkmate, Eric. Oh, and that's a message from Twitch. Thank you guys for following. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this variant. You can try this if you'd like. If you don't want to, I won't be offended. Next episode's variant is going to be a little bit more difficult to cheat, I think. It's going to be a variant on a variant in Crazy House. You can find out the specifics at ChessWhiz.tv. You can also find us on Twitter at ChessWhiz TV, and it's not ChessWhiz. If you type ChessWhiz, I will be offended even if I don't know, because I have this invisible connection to all people searching ChessWhiz, and it hurts me when you do that, so don't do that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the show. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.